What we have here is the executive level of the performance sedan. It's the new Audi S8, and it has some impressive tricks up its beautifully tailored sleeve. The engine is now a twin-turbo 4-liter V8, and it drives all 4 wheels through an 8-speed transmission. We have air suspension, we have 20-inch wheels, and we have all this underneath surprisingly inconspicuous bodywork. The S8 shows no signs of aggression. But provoke it, and you better watch out.
Why? Well, consider how fast it accelerates. We have everything in dynamic mode. The transmission's in sport. We have stability control in its sport setting as well. You hit the brake, mash the gas, and then lift off the brake. That all-wheel drive grip gets you out of the hole so fast. 60 comes in 3.5 seconds, and the quarter mile follows through in 11.8 seconds at 118 miles an hour. Now, not only is that as fast as a Panamera Turbo, it's faster than a Corvette Z06. And now for our 60 to 0 braking test. It takes the S8 just 107 feet to stop from 60 miles an hour. And now the figure 8 with the Audi S8. So, okay, so out of corners, it just explodes. And you enter the next corner going very fast. Good thing the brakes feel pretty strong. There's understeer pretty much throughout the corner. But man, this thing. So if you just rely on the steering, it's going to give you understeer throughout the corner. But you start asking the throttle a little bit, and it's going to rotate because we have legitimate mechanical torque vectoring happening in this car. This thing is incredibly fast. But you gotta rely on that throttle position to get you to come out of the corner with any speed, because there's a little bit too much push in the front of this thing. You know, and that might be okay because you probably don't want to be oversteering on a public road in a car this expensive or this fast, because this is very fast. Now you have to plan mid-corner where you want to apply the throttle, because once you start doing that, you start getting some rotation in the rear. Not a power slide, but sort of like a rear steer effect. And it's capable, but man, you can hear those tires just howling. They do not like this at all. To drive this thing fast, it's a matter of getting it to the corner, stopping it, turning around, and then mashing the throttle again. It's very much a point-and-shoot kind of car. You know, I think the highlight of the Audi S8 is this engine. It is absolutely ferocious. It makes so much power so quickly and gets this thing going down a road so fast. You almost can't believe it. Fortunately, the car is so comfortable at speed. This thing is really adept at going fast. It kind of almost shrinks around you as you drive it hard. And that's an impressive feat considering, again, how heavy this is and how much car it is. This thing weighs about 4,600 pounds, which should be expected when you consider that it has all-wheel drive and a V8. That V8 is hanging ahead of the front axle. I mean, the back end of the engine is ahead of the front axle. And why? Why do we keep dealing with this? I mean, sure, it works on the road. If you're not taking this car to the limit, it responds very nicely. But if you ever approach it, you'll be going fast when you do. It's just understeer, understeer, understeer. Fortunately, you have the sport diff, which allows you to induce some rotation, maybe some yaw, kind of like a rear steer, with the throttle. That helps quite a bit, but if you're just turning in, it's just tire squeal and understeer, which isn't very fun. Again, we might be in sort of a paradox talking about this, because you have to push the car very hard in order for it to do that. You have to be going very fast. You'd probably never reach the speeds on public roads. but still, it's a trait that is not really desirable, and I wish we could get around it. This is a gorgeous looking car inside and out. Outside, you would never guess how fast it can go, how capable it is. And inside, it's like a beautifully tailored suit. They might have gone a bit overboard with the carbon fiber. There's a lot of it around the dash, but everything else feels nice. It feels like a futuristic luxury sedan. It feels modern, technologically adept, and all that. It makes you appreciate it when you drive it. Let's go back to the engine though, because it's such an impressive thing. It has the turbos in the middle of the V, like BMW has done recently. And even though it makes such ridiculous power, we can also brag about the fuel economy. See, they're actually doing cylinder deactivation in this car. It can go as low as just running on 4 cylinders alone. Thing is, when a V8 is just running on 4 cylinders, it doesn't sound that great. So what Audi's done is they're using active engine mounts to combat the unpleasant frequencies made by a V8 running on just 4 cylinders, so it muffles out that undesirable noise. In the cabin, we also have active noise cancellation that does basically the same thing. It kind of works like a pair of noise canceling headphones by emitting a frequency opposite of whatever unpleasant frequency is coming in. And in practice, it's seamless. You don't even know what's happening. Well, what we may have here is the ultimate getaway car, a car that is immensely powerful, is very capable, can stop very quickly as well as accelerate, but one that also looks very subdued. You have no idea about this car's capabilities unless you look at the V8T badges on the side. What complaints I do have about its understeering, I can easily accept and live with because of its luxury, because of its power. This is a very, very, very fine automobile.
From its welcomingly understated sheet metal, to its tastefully designed interior, to its simply monstrous acceleration, the S8 is a clear technical masterpiece. The issues I have with its limit handling are minor when you consider what Audi intends the car to do. This is the ultimate in business class extravagance with the luxury and the speed of a private jet. It accomplishes that task handily, and as a plus, it's faster than the majority of sports cars on the road. Such traits make the S8 seem like a bargain.